Welcome back to a few more minutes here with former Broncos lineman Chris Kuper. When you were playing and you were a veteran and you had these preseason games, how did you approach these? Did you want to play preseason football?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
I approached it like a game when because you got to play. So if you approach it any other way, you're going to get injured. But yeah, so it's a hard, because you'll show up, you'll practice all week, and then maybe you won't even dress for the game. You don't know. Yeah. So you got to prepare that way, like you are playing, because if they spring one on you and you're playing, especially the first one, you're in for it.
But be honest here. Are there any deals made between, let's say, one lineman and a defensive lineman? Hey, take it easy. I'll tell you what I'm doing. You tell me what I'm. There's some truces.
Maybe a little bit. Like typically a finish. Like I might not finish a guy in a preseason game over a pile or something that's borderline.
Sure.
But I was always fighting for my life anyway, so I'd always talk the guy down to see if I could get some kind of deal.
All right, so what you saw Friday night from this young Bronco offensive line, when I say young, we're talking about the left side. What kind of grade would you give him?
I give him a B. Okay. It was a solid performance, and it's hard to step in there with, that's it. That's the bright lights are on. You're playing Seattle, a team that, everybody struggles with, and they got a tough defense. And then it's your first game. You're still learning the playbook. You're not quite comfortable with it. And I thought they were good. They were physical, and they looked athletic.
Is running the ball better for a young lineman? Does it get him into the game, into the flow of the game a little more readily than coming out throwing?
Yeah, it's because for me, pass blocking was always so stressful. You're retreating and the guy's running downhill on you. So to start the game, if you get a good 3 runs in, and obviously you have to be productive on the first 2 to get that third one, that makes a huge difference to kind of get lubed up.
Gary Kubiak mentioned how Matt Paradis called such a great game. What does he mean by that? How much talking is Paradis doing at the line of scrimmage?
He's making all the mic points, so that kind of gets everybody in rhythm to figure out where we're all going. And there's probably some adjustments with safety rotation and recalling guys. And I think if he messes up, the quarterback will take over. But that's his job is to get everybody on the right page.
Even with Peyton at quarterback?
Yeah.
So he leaves it up to the center.
Right, and if Peyton sees something that's not right or he wants to change it, he can change it. But that's how it's been for the past couple of years.
How much more confident are you in Brock Osweiler after watching him for that first half?
I loved it, yeah. I think that he was decisive. You could tell he's a lot more comfortable in this system, and it's going to bode well for him.
Peyton is chomping at the bit to play.
Yeah.
You know he wants to play.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a tough transition to get him to understand that maybe the no huddle isn't the best thing? Maybe huddling up and slowing the pace of the game may benefit the team as a whole?
At times, but they're going to go fast in the huddle. That's something that Rico's always done, is in and out of the huddle fast. And I don't think they're going to take that, at the line of scrimmage stuff totally away. I think they're going to do some of that stuff because he's been so successful with it. So when I think of Peyton, I think he's excited to get on the field. He loves the challenge. He loves learning, new schemes and figuring out what's going on with this and asking questions. So I think he would, love to get out there and utilize it. Last question. You played right guard for most of your career, correct? What's the big difference right and left guard? I mean, is it left-handed, right-handed? Besides that, what's... Yeah, left-handed, right-handed. If you've played somewhere for a long time, it sounds stupid, but even plays go to the right, odd go to the left, and sometimes you can get those mixed up in your head. So I went through a preseason where I played all 4 positions my rookie year, and I had a couple missed assignments just going the wrong way. They're calling a 38 sweep, and you're going up there. Yeah. I love linemen. They're honest. They're articulate. They're the best. Chris Kuper, thank you very much. Appreciate your time. That's Chris Kuper. You're watching online at cbsdenver.com. See you next week.